The Baltimore Ravens schedule is here. Now it's time to break down every single game of the upcoming season. We will give you my official record prediction for your Baltimore Ravens for the 2024 campaign. We'll go over every single matchup coming up in just a matter of moments. If you want the Ravens to win the AFC North again, like today's video. Do your part. Don't jinx it. For every like we get, that helps the Ravens' chances. That's what I've been told. All right? Believe me on this, folks. Trust me. Just trust me. Don't jinx it. Just do your part. Like the video, we'll get started with today's show. Let's roll through the Ravens schedule, and then we'll go through the predictions for Baltimore. They open up on NFL opening night against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs will be raising the banner to celebrate their Super Bowl win from a season ago, and the Ravens will have a chance to come in and spoil the party. Then they'll get a couple extra days off before their home opener against the Las Vegas Raiders in Week 2, followed by a trip to Dallas. Bring your cowboy hats, folks, as the Ravens will face the Dallas Cowboys in Arlington on September 22nd. They'll wrap up the month of September against the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football in a home matchup featuring two of the best young quarterbacks in football, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Then, to start the month of October, it is a divisional showdown with the Cincinnati Bengals on the road, followed by a home game against the rival Washington Commanders. We don't see them too often in the regular season. Should be great to have that matchup here within the region. Then, it is a road game on Monday Night Football with Joe Buck and the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman on the call as the Ravens will face Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Bucs, somebody the Ravens are very familiar with. A lot of good matchups against Baker over the years. Then they wrap up the month of October just prior to Halloween with a road game against the Cleveland Browns. They open up November against the Denver Broncos at home, followed by another matchup with the Cincinnati Bengals, this time in prime time on Amazon Prime Video's Thursday Night Football. It'll be a home game on a short week there. Then you face the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road, followed by a road matchup against the LA Chargers, the Harbaugh Bowl, as we see John and Jim square off for the first time in a very long time. That's another Monday Night Football contest that'll be on the road in SoFi Stadium. Then you try to make it a December to remember as the Ravens begin with hosting the Philadelphia Eagles, and that'll be followed up by the bye week and then a contest against the New York Football Giants on the road on December 15th. Then on December 21st, we see the Steelers again, this time at home, followed a few days later by a Christmas matchup against the Houston Texans, and that game will be seen on Netflix on a Wednesday. The Steeler game on a Saturday, by the way, nationally broadcast on Big Fox. And then the Ravens will wrap up the regular season against the Cleveland Browns at home. Day and time still to be announced as far as that goes. When we know that matchup, we will let you know here on the channel. Before I give you my final prediction for the Ravens 2024 season, let's hear from you. What will be the Ravens record in 2024? Weigh in the comments section on our pinned comment today. Let us know what you think. I think the Ravens start off the season with a loss against the Kansas City Chiefs. I know you're not going to like hearing that, but as we've said all offseason long, the Ravens have to do what they can to try to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs mano a mano. And the Chiefs have gotten better. The Ravens, I think they've gotten better themselves. But even with that said, you're looking at a situation where I think the Ravens are still lacking at receiver, while the Chiefs have gotten better at receiver themselves, bringing in Xavier Worthy, among others here, on top of already having a Super Bowl defending champion roster here. I like the Chiefs more than I do the Ravens right now. If the Ravens get a quality receiver before this game, then I'll pick the Ravens. But right now, I got to go with the Kansas City Chiefs based on the roster that we know between these two at the moment. Then your home opener. I like an easy win against the Las Vegas Raiders. Week number 2. Should be no problems there. Good chance to regroup after the loss to Kansas City. You travel to Dallas to take on the Dallas Cowboys. I have no concern about that Dallas team. They're short 5 starters from a season ago. I know it's a road game. Jerry World's a tough place to play and all that. Dak and that offense, they can be explosive, but I think the Ravens are up for the challenge. I like the Ravens to get things done in that matchup against the Dallas Cowboys in Arlington there. Should be a fun trip. I think this is going to be the marquee road game, if you will, for Ravens fans to try to make happen, is get to Arlington and see this one at Jerry World and experience Dallas and DFW and everything that it has to offer. Get yourself a ranch water while you're in DFW, folks. But I expect the Ravens to get that one done. Who do you got? Who wins the Week 3 matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the boys? Type BAL for Baltimore Ravens. Type DAL for Dallas Cowboys. Let me know which team you are picking for that contest. Nate Wiggins jerseys are on sale now. Chatsports.com/Wiggins. Get yours today. Men's and women's sizes available in all different shapes and sizes. Different color options as well. The home, the away, the alternate black. Go see for yourself. Chatsports.com/Wiggins. Might stumble upon a free shipping offer as well. Chatsports.com/Wiggins. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Let's continue with a win against the Buffalo Bills. And what I'm very excited about, seeing Lamar and Josh Allen on the same field and everything, I think the Ravens win that one at home. So despite they start the season with the loss, I like them to win 3 straight. Realistically, I think that you split the series with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think you lose the one in Cincinnati, but we'll have better fortune when the Ravens host the Bengals. And that's more out of respect to the Bengals. They're a really good team. I think the Bengals are going to bounce back and be much better than what they were a season ago. Then you take on the Washington Commanders. I think that's a win. You take on the Bucs on the road on Monday Night Football. I think that's going to be another win. And this is where we start to see the Ravens kick it in gear and start to come into their own. I like them to beat the Cleveland Browns on the road. I think that the Ravens match up really well to that Browns team. Both very good defenses. I like the Ravens' offense a lot more than I do Cleveland's offense. A win against Denver. I don't think Denver's much of a challenge. I think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year. And then the rematch with Cincinnati. This is a win. It's a short week. You're at home. You're in November. You're starting to get ready for the playoffs. The Ravens start to figure it out, and they get on a good run of games here. Then you take on the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road. The Steelers have kind of owned the Ravens as of late. I hate to admit it, but it's true. And I think that you're looking at a split with the Steelers there. The Steelers are going to be a very good team. I like the Steelers to win the game in Pittsburgh. The Harbaugh Bowl. Jim and John square it off around Thanksgiving. Should be a very interesting Thanksgiving holiday in the Harbaugh household. This one going to be on ESPN's Monday Night Football. I like the Ravens to win this matchup. I know the Chargers have a very good quarterback in Justin Herbert, but they have lost a ton, specifically at the receiver position. They did a good job on defense to hang on to Bosa and Mack. They got some good talent there, but I think the Chargers are still a year away from being a serious threat. Who's the better brother of the Harbaugh family? Is it Jim or is it John? Let me know in the comment section. Let's show some love for our head coach, John Harbaugh. Spam those Johns in the chat. Maybe even put some F Jims in there. No, we like Jim. Who's got it better than us? Not the LA Chargers. Let me know in the comment section. More Ravens coverage all off-season long here on Ravens Rundown. There is no off-season here on the channel. We're bringing you daily news and rumors. We also are bringing you breaking news. Anytime the Ravens have a new player come aboard, whether it be trade or free agency, I really hope they get that receiver I want. Subscribe now. When that happens, we'll let you know about it. Lock us in. Subscribe now for free. YouTube.com/RavensTV. Tough game against the Philadelphia Eagles to begin the month of December. I think that's a win there on December 1st. Philadelphia, I'm very interested to see how they look in the second half of the year. If you recall, last year, in the first portion of the season, they looked like the best team in the NFL. Then injuries caught up to them. Jalen Hurts was never fully healthy. I think you're getting the Eagles at a very good time, as the Ravens should be kicking things in gear, and the Eagles potentially could be falling off like they did a season ago. I expect the Ravens to win that one and be the superior bird. You take out the New York Giants the following week after the bye, and I like that as well. I don't think the Giants are very good. I think that Daniel Jones is a fraud. Dable's probably about to get fired here. I expect that to be a win there, a convincing win on the road in New York. We'll finish off the record prediction here in just a moment, but first, give me your bold prediction for the Baltimore Ravens season. Do you think they go 17-0? Do you think Lamar wins MVP again? Give me your bold prediction. Let us know in the comments section. The Steelers' second matchup, this time in Baltimore, I think is a win for the Ravens. They get their revenge, they defend their home turf, and they split the season series one apiece. Then you take on the Texans a few days later on Christmas, on a Wednesday in Houston. Should be a great game. C.J. Stroud, I think, is going to have a fantastic season. I like the weapons that they've put around him there. I love the Stephon Diggs trade. That defense is going to be good with Danielle Hunter coming in along with Will Anderson, but I still think the Ravens are a better football team. I like the Ravens to beat the Houston Texans there. And that should be the last game we see the starters. I think that the Ravens will rest their starters because they'll already have their playoff position locked up, and it'll be the JV team taking on the Cleveland Browns in Week 18 in what could be a must-win situation for the Browns for their postseason hopes. With that in mind, I'm going to go with a loss here because I don't expect the Ravens to play their top talent in that game. So with that said, my final record prediction, very good year. I'm optimistic about this Ravens team. I think they win the division title. They get one of the top two seeds in the AFC and finish up the year 13-4. I would gladly take that if that's the case for the Baltimore Ravens. What do you believe will be the final record for the Baltimore Ravens? Weigh in the comments section. Let us know how you think this year plays out. If you enjoyed today's show and that 13-4 record and division title and want to see the Ravens win that division, like the video. We certainly would appreciate it. I'm Tyler Jones. We'll see you next time here on Ravens Rundown.